So the Indio Gigante chicks, the world's tallest chickens, they're about 6 weeks old now. After the rabbit.
Yeah.
So we've got our little coop out here, some water, got some food, got some fresh grass for them. Now we just need some chicks. And everything was looking great for the chicks until that night. It was 30 degrees out. They were piling up in the corner. Would they survive the night? Let's find out. Hey there, Isabella. Hi. You ready to see the chicks? You ready to see the chicks? So our chicks have been in here, in this brooder, in this shed outside of our house. They were in the house for the first maybe week or two. Then we moved them out here to get more space. We didn't have to clean it as often. There are some challenges in here, especially with really big chicks. Look how big these guys are. These guys are getting close to the top here. Look at that, fully stretched out, almost as tall as this brooder. Look at that, popping their head out. So these guys are massively tall so far at 6 weeks old. Now there's reasons to get them out sooner. There's reasons to get them out later. A lot of that's weather related. Some of that's feather related. So we're gonna talk about that. When we get them out, it depends on the time of year and then how far the chickens have developed. So I get that question a lot when they hatch out new chicks. When should I move them outside? Well, for these guys, it's the right time. One, you'll see they've got all of their outer feathers. Initially, they just come out with their fluff and they have no feathers. And so the first couple weeks, there's like a temperature chart you can go off of where like first week they need to be at about 95 degrees, then about 90, then 85. Can you believe how tall they are?
I know, they're so tall.
They were sticking their heads out of the top of the...
Yeah, but they're not jumping out. That's so weird for chicks.
When you start getting into 6 and 8 weeks, it can really drop down to where they can handle most temperatures. They're going to be cold because they've been under a heat lamp, and so it's going to be an adjustment for them. But they really should be able to handle it at this point. But we're going to do a few things just to make sure they're okay. We're going to cover the chicken tractor to make sure it's covered up, and then probably give them a heat lamp for at night.
You want to leave this place, but we go on this so tough, put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you cry.
All right, Mazla. Come on in. Come on. There you go. Thank you. Gates open. No. So I'm trying to do it out here by myself today, and everything's going well, but man, I just stepped in the biggest cow patty. Not good. Gross. Get wild, hey Mazla. Hey Isabella, hey cutie.
Today's video is sponsored by Factor.
Let's open it up and see what we got.
Factor helps you avoid takeout and ordering in with delicious and nutritious no-nonsense food that's ready quickly. Factor's chef-prepared meals make it easy to eat well, so you never have to opt for something that isn't good for you. And your meal's delivered fresh, never frozen. Factor meals can be heated in the oven or microwaved in just minutes.
We got our smoothies, strawberry banana.
Tropical fruit smoothies. They're hard to film with. Which meal are you gonna try today, Eli?
Smoky maple barbecue ground beef. Microwave for 2 minutes. Yummy.
Okay.
Barbecue beef.
Is it all ready to go?
Yummy.
We need quick, easy meals for lunches when we're working outside and homeschooling with the boys. And these meals are ready in just 2 minutes.
Is that good?
And the kids love them.
And I'm gonna try the red chili shredded beef tamale bowl. The shredded beef in here looks just amazing. So get some for yourself. Just head to go.factor75.com/WhiteHouse120 and use code WhiteHouse120 for $120 off. That's go.factor75.com/WhiteHouse120 and use code WhiteHouse120 for $120 off.
That's really good.
All right, well, it's starting to get dark. It's about 7:30, and I gotta put some heat on these guys because it's supposed to be about 34 degrees tonight, which is pretty cold. And I think they'll do all right, even though they are feathered, but they'd be quite a shock to their system, even if they pile together. So I put a light in here. We've got a heat lamp that we use from Premier One. I'm gonna turn it on right now. Now, I'll probably get some questions about, do I normally heat our chickens? And the answer is no. Our adult chickens, we never put heat on. They do not need it. It can get pretty darn cold, negatives, and they'll be fine. These guys, it's gonna be a little shock to their system because I've been gradually tapering them off of heat, and tonight's gonna get really cold. They're still gonna pile up. I'll try to get it a little lower. Right now I've got it about, it'll be about a foot above them, maybe a foot and a half. And so I'm hoping that'll be enough to get them through the night because during the day it's amazing out. And there's no need for heat or any type of lamp. But here for probably the next week or so, we'll see how this does for them. You guys, come on, I got you a heater. So I got these guys a heater, and they're not gonna use it. They're coming into the corner, they keep cramming into the corner. Man, I hope they stay warm. So I put up some plastic all the way around the bottom, so hopefully that keeps any drafts down and keeps them warm enough in here overnight. And I hope they use the heater, but I have a feeling they're just gonna pile into the corner, and I hope one or two don't die that end up being on the bottom. So let's hope they make it through the night. All right, guys, see you in the morning. Maybe use your heater like that guy, like smart guy over there. No, don't leave. Well, I am nervous. This all comes down to this. Did the chicks survive the night? It was in the 30s when we woke up this morning, and they kept piling up in the corner. So I'm just nervous to see how they did. Hey! All alive and well. So I watched them for a while last night. I ended up putting the plastic around the outside because I was really nervous about how they were going to handle it, and they kept coming into the corner even though having the heat lamp out there in the middle. I'm very relieved to see that none of them look to be struggling at all.
I would say if they can handle that big shock from coming from the brooder to outside, then they're going to be good.
Do you think they're going to be fighters, or do you think we can keep them nice?
I think they're going to be pretty nice. They seem to be pretty nice right now, but of course we've always had problems with roosters. We'll have to keep an eye on them, but that's any rooster though.
Well, it's St. Patrick's Day, so we've got our green on. Oh, we've got a couple more things to do. We need to measure how tall these chicks are and tell you a little bit more about when we move them outside. Look how tall this one is. That one's as tall as you. With Isabella sitting, this one stretch out would go taller than Isabella. This is one of the 3 really tall males, I believe. I looked up the average height of a 6-week-old chick, and typically they're around 4 to 5 inches tall. Okay, that one, just normal standing, is about, gosh, almost a foot tall, just standing. But it looks like about 11 to 12 inches. Yikes. So I'd say about double the height of a normal chick. That's a big chicken. Here's one of our smaller ones, possibly a female. So briefly, I talked about it earlier on about temperatures for going outside, because I get a lot of questions on when should my chicks go from the brooder to outside. And there's a lot of charts you'll find, and you'll see like first week 95 degrees, second week 90, third week 85, 80, 75, 70, 65, and then somewhere down around 6 to 8 weeks, it will suggest moving them outside, weaning them off of a heat lamp. And that's right where we're at. We're at 6 weeks. We have them outside. It's about 70 degrees today. Perfect temp for them to be outside when they're fully feathered like this. And then at night, it's in the 30s or 40s. And so we have a heat lamp that they can go under, but they are doing just fine. Some smaller chicks, you might have a hard time getting them out and not just piling up and flattening 1 or 2 chicks on the bottom. So you gotta be really careful. If it was colder, if it was in the 20s, I'd be really afraid to have them out here right now. And if it was any warmer, they could have gone out a few weeks ago. So it's really having a feeling about it. You'll be able to tell when they're cold and when they try to gather together, or if they don't move around and aren't really active, versus these guys that they're playing around, they're jumping, kind of play fighting with each other, which might show that they might be a little aggressive as they get older, but they have no lack of energy, and so they're doing just fine in all this temperature. All right, should we put this one back?
Heard you want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just leave it all behind. River's gonna cry when you're gone.
You trying to attack me? Or are you trying to get my necklace? Going after my St. Patty's necklace. Oh boy. Whoa! Everything's going well, but man, I just stepped in the biggest cow patty.